Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Please, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, get ready to hit the like button, and if you don't like the video, leave me a comment and tell me what I can do to improve it, pretty please. Anyway, carrying on with the Lord of the Rings commanders today, and we've done the kind of looking at the good guys this week. Let's go with that. So there's one more that I really haven't covered yet, and that is obviously Gimli, Mournful Avenger. One red and green for a 3/2 dwarf warrior, obviously it's legendary, and Gimli gets indestructible if two creatures or more have died under our control this turn. And then whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Gimli. When this ability resolves the third time this turn, Gimli fights up to one target creature we don't control. So, there's a couple of ways of looking at this, and I've gone down a bit of a strange route, I believe. So, here we go. Let's have a look at the deck. Because instead of concentrating mainly on Gimli, what I've actually tried to do is concentrate a bit more on this card, Doors of Durin. 3 green and red for a legendary artifact. Whenever you attack, scry 2, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into the battlefield tapped and attacking. Until your next turn, it gains trample if you control a dwarf and hexproof if you control an elf. Now, I really wanted to do the whole Legolas and Gimli thing in one deck, and it's a bit more complicated than that, but I've tried to do it with this deck. So it's a bit of theme, but there's a bit of fighting, there's a bit of other things going on, so here we go. But I just want to show this card off before we went any further, in case everyone sits there and goes, why has he got elves in a deck that base around dwarves? So let's have a look at the actual deck itself. Start as usual with a mana base, red and green lands all the way through. We have got Fabled Passage and Field of the Dead in here. Yes, zombies aren't elves or dwarfs, but I have my reasons. Game Trail, then we've got a few things that produce tokens. So we've got Care Keep, and that's here. We've got the Mines of Moria, give us some treasure tokens. They are relevant, believe me. And Sokizan, Crucible of Defiance is also here, along with the usual selection of Temple of the False God, the Bluffs, the Groves, etc. There's reasons, believe me. Right. Mox Tantalite, Soul Talisman, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Phyrexian Altar and Ashnod's Altar provide our mana ramp along with Solemn Simulacrum. And what I've decided to try and do with this deck is do some elves, some dwarves, some tokens, and then try and win through making Gimli indestructible as much as possible, and then doing the whole fight thing. So there's a lot of fight spells, a lot of tokens in here. First of which, Dragon Fodder gives us 2 red goblins. Erebor Flamesmith is a dwarf, and whenever you cast an instance or sorcery spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So we've got 23 creatures, 40 other spells. So it's going to be doing a fair bit of work for us with a bit of luck. Fall of the Hammer is a nice bite spell. Fling, when we get a big creature out, we can just chuck it at something, which is really nice, and kill them off. Goblin Bombardment is another way of sacrificing our creatures each turn, hopefully our tokens, to make Gimli indestructible. Guild Artisan appears just so we can get some more treasure tokens on the go. It's one of the backgrounds. Don't think you see enough backgrounds. People seem to, they have to be in the command zone. They don't. Play them in your main deck. They're actually really quite good, some of them, even in the main deck. Yes, they're dead cards unless you've got your commander out, but it's worth having them in anyway. Impact Tremors does the whole 1 damage to each opponent when something enters the battlefield under your control. Krenko gives us some more tokens. There's Magda. It's got to pump the dwarfs up a little bit and get some treasure tokens this way. Ral's Reinforcements gives us some 1/1 blue and red elemental creature tokens. Fine by me. And then there's a few bite fights. So Animus is here, so we get to do a fight. Bite is here. We've got Gala's Greeters to make it bigger, get some treasure, gain a bit of life. And the Lookout, just so we can scry 1 when it attacks. So, digs us down. Master's Rebuke is another bite. Ruthless Predation is a fight spell. Arnie Slays the Troll. I just thought it was a bit of fun to have 1 saga in anyway. Target creature you control fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Stage 2, add red. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature. And then 3, gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures you control. 1 and 2 are really useful. 3 is fine if we can get there. And also, I've gone with Horn of the Mark. Whenever 2 or more creatures you control attack a player, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. It's just a nice way to cycle through our decks so we get some more creatures out, because we are low on creatures in this. 3-drop wise, Glon, Dwarven Emissary, appears. Whenever you cast a historic spell, get a treasure token once each turn, and you can sacrifice a treasure and goad a creature. Might save you from dying. Goblin Assault gives us a creature every turn that we can sack off or deal damage with to help out Gimli become indestructible. Excuse me, sorry. Chandra gives us a couple of elemental things. We do have a couple of other planeswalkers in here, so the 0 ability isn't the worst plan in the world either. Hoarding Outburst, more goblins to sack through. Ambuscade deals damage, is a little bite spell. At instant speed, it makes our creatures a little bit bigger. Animus Might, it casts target legendary creature, and a target creature you control deals damage equal to twice its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. This is a really nice one that came through in Aftermath. I think people are sleeping on at the moment, so keep your eyes out for this. Awakening Zone gives us an Eldrazi spawn token each turn. We can either sacrifice it for mana, or we can just use it for something else later on, so bear it in mind. Fecundity turns up as well, so we can draw some cards. That's nice, because it doesn't matter if they're tokens or non-tokens. Kodoma's Reach, just to go and get a green and a red when we need it. Mirrormere Guardian dies, we get to do a bit of ring tempting. This is here purely because it's a dwarf, and I want another dwarf in to keep the dwarf thing going. Time to Feed, get to do a fight and maybe gain some life if we kill it off. And Legolas, had to have Legolas in somewhere. And whenever you cast a spell that targets Legolas, put a +1/+1 counter on Legolas. And whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you don't control, Legolas deals damage equal to its power up to one target creature. It's not really the second part. The first part, make Legolas bigger, get him to fight more. Good, like that plan. Domri helps us draw cards or does a bit of fighting, and the other version of Domri means that we can give our creatures +1/+0 and do some fighting again. The mana helps occasionally as well. Ashnod's Altar, Phyrexian Altar, just things I've already mentioned to sacrifice our tokens off to get coloured mana or colourless mana. Big Score, just in to draw some cards and get a couple of treasures when we need to. Delina, the Wild Mage, is quite nice because you get to attack, roll the d20, and you get a copy of the creature, except it's not legendary. And if you get the 15 to 20, you get to do it all over again. Gimli, in his other form, with the counter of kills, is here. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, Gimli, counter of kills, deals 1 damage to that creature's controller. Porphyros, yeah, okay. Kind of token deck, might as well get the extra damage in where we can. Torbrand, yep, extra damage. It's also a dwarf, so yeah, that's on. Could be friends with Gimli in a different universe. I don't know. Bag End Porter, just so we can get the attacks in. It gets +X/+X, where X is the number of legendary creatures we control, and we have a few. Celebrant the Wise, another elf noble. Whenever you attack one or more elves, scry 1. Whenever you scry, gets +1/+1 until the end of turn for each card. Look at this way. So yeah, okay. Usually attacking is a 4/4 then. Glamdrel Guide gets to come into the battlefield and scry. Pretty good with this. Hunt the Weak, we all know, is a fight spell. Kamal's Will. Second ability, if we got the commander out, we might do both. Any number of target lands you control become elemental creatures with vigilance, indestructible, and haste. They're still lands until the end of turn. And then we get to choose creatures we don't control to do a little bit of fighting with. Parallel Lives, just make sure we get extra tokens coming through from our token generators. Venture Forth, just to go and find some lands. It's nice to suspend this and just hit the lands as they come through. Arasta of the Endless Web gives us some spiders we can sacrifice off every turn. Likewise, Beast Whisperer, Gus is a bit of card draw on the go. Strider makes an appearance here. Land 4, then if that creature has power 4 or greater, gains first strike until the end of turn. Okay. Solemn Sim I've mentioned. Burn Down the House. Bit of board control if we choose the first ability, or we can get the devils out and sacrifice them off to the wonderful world of wherever it's gone now. Shall I put it in somewhere? There you go, Goblin Bombardment. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, gives another way, and they then become shocks for all intents and purposes. Tender Shoot Dryad gives us a sapling every turn, which we can sacrifice off and hopefully hit the City's Blessing. Once we get to the City's Blessing, we might stop sacrificing saplings. Galadriel Gift Giver is also here. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Choose one. Put a +1/+1 counter on another creature. Get food. Get a treasure. Like that. Doors I've already mentioned. That's what the deck's really kind of based around. It's just that Gimli really helps. And the Lady of Altaria. We do have some dwarfs. We might be able to tap 3 dwarfs and pay it this way instead of the mana cost for 5. But it's a 5/5 at the end of the day, so a bit of fun. Last few creatures. Kolga and Yidaru, because, yeah, they come in and can fight. And it gives you another way of destroying any artifacts and enchantments. If you need to. And it's repeatable, which is quite nice. Avenger Zendikar. Yeah. Play it late in the game when you've got a lot of lands in play. Get all those land tokens. You'll either kill people off with this or the Wonderful World or wherever I can find it. I'm not doing very well with finding cards today. Apologies. Impact Tremors. There is. Probably do the last few points. And then City on Fire. I still love City on Fire. I think it's a great card. I don't think it sees enough playing Commander. I love playing it. I love trying to get it down. Yes, I usually die the turn after I've got it down, but it's so much fun for one turn because everyone panics and it's great fun from my point of view. But you can drop it out if you want to and play another land. So we're only playing 36 lands, so it could be worthwhile dropping this and playing a land. But I want to play City on Fire. I just love it. But that's it. That's my take on Gimli, Mournful Avenger. I hope you've enjoyed the video today. A little bit shorter than normal. Tomorrow we have a repeat of my stream from last Thursday coming up because I enjoyed it so much and I thought I'd show off a couple of the Commander decks that I've done deck techs on. So we might do a few more of them on a Friday just as an extra bonus video each week. But we'll see how it goes. But that's it for now. I hope you've hit the buttons to subscribe. Come and give me a follow on Twitch. We're sitting at 187 followers on Twitch. You can come and watch me over there. Thursday nights and Sunday afternoons, GMT, is when I'm streaming. So, yeah, you can come and catch up a game. And, yeah, if you didn't like this deck, tell me what I've done wrong. Leave me a comment. Let me know. But for now, thanks for watching. And hopefully, I'll see you soon on my stream. Take care. Goodbye.